Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today we're going to be doing a very different video than what we normally do. Today I want to talk about how to become wealthy quicker, and the easiest way to do that is by increasing your income. So very often when we're talking on this channel, we are discussing different ways that you can look at stocks, where you can grow dividend portfolios, where you can do a quick options trade to increase the portfolio value. The two easiest ways to actually grow your income, or rather grow your discretionary income, the money you have left over after necessary expenses, is to one, decrease the expenses, and two, increase the income. And the easiest thing that I ever did for getting to where I am now in terms of income level is I was able to translate value into salary as opposed to time into salary. So what I have here on the screen is just looking at this. We've got a $25 an hour starting salary amount, and that's a 40 hours a week job. You're doing that 5 days a week with 10 paid holidays and some vacation days as well. The reason that I chose all of these examples is because that puts us at $47,000 a year for annual income. And that $47,000 a year is pretty on par with the United States median income, which is really around $45,000 a year. So instead of focusing on that first thing I mentioned today, which is going to be the decrease the expenses, I think that'll be a later video. The two ways that you are able to increase your value as an employee is either by working longer hours. So let's say that instead of working 40 hours a week, you work 50 hours a week, and you've just increased your income by another $11,000, really $12,000 a year. Now, if you are in a salary position, it's actually going to be very difficult for you to go to your boss and say, hey, I want to get paid for this additional hour every single week that I work. However, you are able to do that in some industries. Again, this is not a small adjustment that's been made here. Again, you materially changed your salary. However, most people, they don't want to do that, and you do want to maintain your work-life balance. So the real question is, how do we change this 25 to a 30? So I'm still working 40 hours a week. However, I'm now making nearly as much as if I was making $50 hours a week. The key way that you can change how much you earn is when you're able to make the adjustment from equating that the more time you work equals the more value you provide, or the more money you will earn. And if you can change it to how much value do I provide as an employee. So the key differential here is if you can start saying that our company makes X number of dollars. So if you are a waiter at a restaurant, if the company makes $1,000 every single day, or maybe just during the lunch rush, then what you can say is, how can I increase the money to the bottom line? So how do you upsell? So if you are able to go to your boss and say, every single time, and in the serving industry, this should be of particular importance, and say, every single time that I go out, I am able to upsell, and you normally get 20% tips on everything that you sell. Then every time you get an additional drink, every time you get an additional appetizer, you're able to increase your value. In the working world, the key success that I've had in using this method is being able to go out and not being in a sales role, but still being able to say, I will improve the bottom line because I'm going to bring in additional business. More of my clients will stay with the company. More of my clients will purchase additional software. Or in past lives, I will attract other people that you can hire that will help you bring in more money. The key item that you want to change here is not necessarily the hours per week, but rather how much you can provide per hour. So again, you can kind of see some of this information here, but really what we want to do is see what are we able to do by changing this from 25 to 30. You saw a $10,000 increase. But what happens when it goes to where you actually double it and you're working for $60 an hour? You're now at a six-figure income, but you're still only working 4 hours per week. So the way that I decided what I wanted to do is I actually went to salary.com and looked up different jobs that made a six-figure income. I saw what they did. So I'm on salary.com. I looked up consultant, And I said, okay, if I want to be a consultant that earns a lot of money, how do I do that? I looked at some of these jobs right here and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do that. But let's just look at what a actual consultant earns. I'm going to view salary and benefits. And a consultant in the educational field makes around $101,000 a year based off this median. So with that being the case, you can actually go down here and see a ton of jobs, but that's not really what I'm actually looking for here. I want to know the job information. What I did is exactly this, and I went and I said, okay, what does this person do to earn six figures? How do I provide that level of expertise? How do I provide that level of value? And how do I do it without having 7 years of experience in the field? If there are a lot of people out there who will complain that they can't get a job because you are not able to get through a screening process because they require 3 years of work experience, 5 years of work experience, 10, 15. And in my experience, that has not been the case if you are able to prove that you can do the job effectively. What I want to heavily encourage everyone is take a look at their LinkedIn profile, take a look at their resume, and then take a look at their skill set and make the determination, am I able to do the work effectively, and how do I convey that expertise? That may be a longer and different conversation, but the key item here is that you need to convey value to get paid as a valuable employee, as a valuable asset. Once you become an asset to a company, you'll notice that your income begins increasing significantly so, as opposed to being an expense section. So again, a little bit different video today. I appreciate you all, and if you found this helpful, please drop a like down below. Thanks everyone. Talk to you later.